What is going on? Hope you're doing super amazing. This is like my fourth time trying to do this introduction, so whatever comes out this time is gonna be the final cut, all right? So in this video, we're gonna be talking about reverse dieting 101. Gonna give you everything you need to know about reverse dieting. What is reverse dieting? Who is it for? Who can benefit from it? Does it work? And I'm gonna give you a sample reverse diet kind of template you can take with you if you're looking to possibly implement reverse dieting. So without further ado, let's dive into the video. So very first and foremost, what is reverse dieting? Reverse dieting is simply just adding back in calories to your diet to improve your body composition. That's really all reverse dieting is. You're simply adding back in calories from your calorie deficit because the only way to lose fat is to be in a calorie deficit. But reverse dieting is simply when you diet, you bring down your calories, right? Reverse dieting is you bring back up your calories, okay? So that's a very quick, easy way to think about it. When you diet, you bring down calories. When you reverse diet, you bring up calories, right? All right, we're back. I don't know what the hell happened to my shirt. It got like darker. Either way, so let's talk about who can benefit from reverse dieting. We're gonna go over two separate scenarios, okay? The first scenario, this person, let's say this is you, you are currently you're more of a petite individual, you're a lower body weight, you're a lower body fat percentage, you're currently eating very low calories, 1,300 calories, you're already at that point where you can't really go lower in calories. You've kind of lost the weight, and you're now looking to work your way out of that deficit, right? You've lost the weight, you're tiny, you're looking to either possibly add muscle mass, add muscle definition, look a certain way. Somebody like this is a great candidate for reverse dieting because they can get themselves out of that diet, out of that calorie deficit, and then slowly work their calories back up to more of a maintenance or possibly a surplus to help them not only improve their body composition, but also improve their health, improve their calorie markers so they don't have to eat 1,200 calories all day for the rest of their life, okay? So that would be the first individual. The next individual is if you have more body fat to lose, and you're possibly a higher body weight, you have more body fat to lose, but your consistency is starting to kind of teeter off a bit. Maybe you've lost 40, 50 pounds at first, you were super consistent, everything was going well, but you've possibly hit a plateau right now. You've possibly hit a plateau right now. The weight isn't coming off like it used to before. Maybe your consistency is kind of here and there. Maybe you're mentally just kind of sick and tired of dieting. You may need a break. Reverse dieting is also great for this person because they can give themselves mentally a break from kind of being in such a calorie deficit, being on such a diet mode, which can actually increase consistency with your diet because you're not so focused on eating so few calories. So those two scenarios, number one, if somebody is a more petite, lower body weight, lower body fat, and they've been eating very, very little calories and they want to work their way back up in calories, or number two, if you are at a higher body fat percentage but your consistency is starting to teeter off a bit, this is also possibly a candidate for reverse dieting. Now, does reverse dieting work? Let's talk about it. I seriously don't know what keeps happening to my shirt. It keeps getting darker. I don't know. Either way, it's a whole different shade of color now. Either way, does reverse dieting work? Let's define what work actually means. First and foremost, work sometimes means fat loss. So can you lose fat while reverse dieting? Yes, you absolutely can. Can your weight go down when you increase calories? Yes, it absolutely can. And that is almost probably like a mind you know what, but let's talk about it. Couple things on the reverse dieting and losing weight. You have to remember first and foremost, just because you're increasing calories doesn't mean you're not still in a calorie deficit. If you go from 1,200 to 1,500, or if you go from 1,300 to 1,600, you're probably still going to be in a calorie deficit. So if it takes you 3 or 4 weeks to work your way back up in calories, you have to realize you're still in a calorie deficit. A less aggressive calorie deficit, but you're still in a calorie deficit. So you're still going to lose body fat when you're reverse dieting back up. That's the one scenario. The next scenario, when you are eating so few calories, that is a stress you put on your body, right? Then stress comes in all different shapes and forms. It comes from working out, it comes from dieting, it comes from being, a spouse, being a working part in society, being a parent, working with your kids. There's many stressors that come on in your day, but being on a steep, aggressive calorie deficit is a big stress on your body. Whether you realize it or not, it is. So with that being said, the more stress that builds up in your body, the more water retention you are going to have, because the more cortisol that is found in your body, normally the more water weight you are going to hold on to. So what does reverse dieting do? Well, when you get out of this super low calorie deficit, 1,200, 1,300 calories, what happens is you slowly increase calories and your stress slowly starts to drop down. When your stress starts to drop down, you can flush out that water weight because your body's not so stressed anymore. So it can release some of that water weight, and that's why you'll see the scale go down when you increase calories, because you're actually decreasing stress, which is going to let out some of that water weight to you, okay? So the next part is starvation mode. Let's chat. I didn't switch shirts this time, we're good. So starvation mode, and because people tell me, they'll say, oh, you increased calories, so you were in starvation mode, and that's why you lost weight. That is not true. Let's think about it logically. Beyond all the science, beyond all everything else, let's think about it logically. The victims of the Holocaust, were those people overweight? They were not getting fed. They were getting fed very, very little a day. They were not overweight. The kids who are less fortunate and the people who are less fortunate than you and I, recording this YouTube video and watching this YouTube video right now, people who actually are starving, who do not have food, do you ever see any of them overweight? No, because nobody ever got fat from eating too little calories. What happens is, when you are on such a low calorie deficit, you're on such an aggressive diet, what tends to happen is you are not as consistent as you may think you are, right? So if you're trying to hit 1,200 calories, and I've seen this all the time working with clients, when you're trying to hit 1,200 calories, what normally happens is maybe Monday through Friday you are hitting 1,200 calories, but Saturday and Sunday you're kind of going off track a bit, you're maybe not tracking as accurately, you're having a few drinks here and there, things start to add up. So you're not actually dieting that entire time. You think you are mentally because you think you're in diet mode 24/7, but your actions are not matching what you're thinking in your head. So you're not actually eating 1,200 calories that entire time. So what can happen is when you start to increase calories a bit, like I said, you're still gonna be in a calorie deficit, but you'll be more consistent with that calorie deficit. So if you consistently hit those higher numbers more, that's still gonna lead you in a calorie deficit and you're still going to lose body fat, because consistency is the name of the game here. If you are more consistent with your actions, you are going to see better results. And normally when you increase calories, it takes the stress of dieting away a bit. It allows you to be a bit more flexible. It allows you to possibly go out and eat with your friends or family and still stay in your calorie deficit so you don't just blow it all together because you think you messed up. That's why, on top of the reasons I mentioned before, that's why increasing calories may work. It's not because of starvation mode. It's not because of anything else. It's because of the reason I mentioned before, but also you are able to be a bit more consistent with your diet, which will lead you to see better results. So, does it work? It absolutely can work. It absolutely can be beneficial. Now, let's talk about what a sample reverse dieting protocol may look like. Let's go. So we are back. Let's go over a sample reverse dieting protocol, what this may look like week by week, okay? So let's just say, for example, you start at 1,200 calories. That's how many calories you need to lose weight. If you wanna know how many calories you should be eating to lose weight, I'm gonna link a YouTube video I did right here, very quick video on exactly the calculation that you can do to figure out how much calories you need to eat to lose weight, okay? So I'm gonna link that here above. Feel free to check that out. If not, let's continue on. So let's say you are starting out at 1,200 calories. Now, normally what reverse dieting is all about, especially if you are in a very, very low calorie deficit, either A, you've lost weight, you've lost body fat, and you don't want to gain more body fat, or B, you've lost some weight, you still have more to lose, but you don't want to gain body fat. So what do? You slowly increase calories back up, slowly. You don't go from 1,200 to 1,800 in one jump. Why? Because the slower you do it, A, the more control you're gonna have. B, I've seen that when you increase calories, it can be very scary at first, especially if you have lost weight and you don't want to gain the weight back, or if you still have more to lose, but you don't want to gain the weight back. That can be mentally scary. So taking it nice and slow week by week and slowly building up, that will be the best way to minimize body fat percentage gain, and also just mentally give yourself that kind of like cushion, like, okay, cool, it's not too high in calories. You can, week by week, you'll get more comfortable adding calories back in, right? So let's go into the routine. Let's say you start at 1,200 week 1. The next week, you go to 1,250. A simple, very slight increase in 50 calories is nothing. So a very slight increase, and this is per day. So 1,200 calories per day, 1,250 calories per day, 1,300 calories per day on week 3. 1,400 on week 4. So this is where like you've gone through 3 weeks of reverse dieting. You feel good. You feel confident. Now you can maybe bump it up a bit more to increase even more. So you go from 13 to 14, 14 to 1450 because maybe that 100-calorie jump was a bit much for you. You're still kind of like getting used to the reverse dieting. 14 to 1450. The week 6, 1,500. Week 7, 1,600, and week 8, 1,700 calories. And you slowly work your way back up in calories. This is a great tactic to use if you want to minimize body fat percentage gain, you want to minimize weight gain, you want to be in control of your diet still. People think that, oh, I'm going to eat more calories and I'm going to gain weight back because I'm going to go back to my old habits. In this fashion, you can slowly but surely increase calories and still be in control of your diet. It's not like it's a free-for-all. It's not like you're going from 1,200 to eat whatever the hell you want. That's not the case. You're slowly but surely adding back in so you can make sure that all the habits you've gained from either losing weight and getting to where you want to be or losing weight and getting to a better position, you're not going to revert back to those old habits. You're still going to be able to be in control of your diet. So that is a sample reverse dieting protocol, guys. Exactly what you need, everything you need, hopefully was in this video that you learned about as far as reverse dieting. The main thing I want to say is one more time, remember, just because you're eating more calories does not mean you are going to gain body fat percentage. Because you have to remember, there are 3 different modes you could be in. You can be in a calorie deficit. This means you're going to lose body fat. You can be in a calorie maintenance, which means you'll maintain your current body fat and body weight. Or you can be in a calorie surplus, which means you will gain weight and gain possible body fat, also gain muscle mass, but for the context of this video, there are 3 things that can happen. Just because you increase calories, you don't just skip maintenance and go right to surplus. There's a wide range between these calories. For example, if your calorie surplus is 3,000, your maintenance could be 2,200 and your deficit could be 1,500. That's a lot of range between there. So just because you're increasing calories does not mean you're going to go straight to surplus and gain body fat. You don't just skip maintenance. You slowly increase the maintenance. And very last point of this video, how to find your maintenance. How do you know when you're in maintenance calories? Let's talk about it. Alrighty, so how do you know when you find maintenance calories? We will talk about it right now. So at first, you may gain scale weight at first. It's not going to be much, and it's just because you're either A, having more carbohydrates, which just you're having more carbohydrates, which just temporarily store water weight, temporarily, very temporary, but also B, you're just having literally more food content in your stomach. There's a difference between weight gain and fat gain. I'm going to link a YouTube video I did here. It was a very popular one that got a lot of good feedback on the difference between weight gain and fat gain, or weight loss and fat loss. So I urge you to go watch that video if you have not already. So with that being said, how do you know when you find your maintenance calories? This is how you know. Your weight will start to fluctuate between the same 2 to 3 pounds either way. So let's just say you're 150, you could fluctuate from 147 to 153. If you consistently do that for, I'd say 4 to 8 weeks, if you're just fluctuating, that's how you know you're in your calorie maintenance. If you're still losing, you're still in a calorie deficit. If you go above that kind of like 3 pound range and you're starting to, you're starting to see 154, 155, 156, that's how you know you're in a surplus. So what do you do then? You simply just cut back calories just a tad and find that maintenance again, right? So you cut back calories into more of a maintenance mode, and that's how you know you're going to be more in maintenance calories, right? So when the scale fluctuates between the same 2 to 3 pounds, that's how you know you are in maintenance calories. That is going to be normal. The scale will fluctuate forever. You're never going to weigh just 150 or just 147. The scale will forever fluctuate, but when it fluctuates between the same 2 to 3 pounds for an extended period of time, I would say 4 to 8 weeks, that is how you know you're in maintenance calories, and that's how you know you've hit maintenance calories. From there, you either keep in maintenance, from there you either go into a deficit again, or from there you either go into a surplus and build muscle mass, which it's very fun, I promise you. Guys, that's the video. If you have any questions, if you have any concerns, if you want me to go more in depth on certain topics, if you want to drop a comment below, if you have a question about your specific scenario, please feel free to do that. Anything I can possibly help you with, I would love to help you with. Until next time, we will talk soon. Thank you so much. See you then.